we are starting the morning off in the beverage department. Now, I love me a margarita or a French 75, but those mixed drinks are loaded with lots and lots of calories. We know this. So we thought this was a good time to check in with one of my favorite people, J.M. Hirsch from Milkstreet Kitchen. He's going to show us how to make a lean, mean cocktail.
You know, a lot of the calories come from either the sugars in a cocktail or the liquor in a cocktail. And so this first one cuts out all of that. We are going to start out with 1.5 ounces of orange juice and 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice. Okay.
Now, doesn't pineapple juice have a lot of sugar?
Just, but we only are using 1.5 ounces of each. It's not that much. You know, when you're making a mocktail, it's just as important as when you're making a real cocktail to balance all those flavors. So you want a lot going on in the glass so it's satisfying and not disappointing. Now, the secret ingredient here is egg whites, okay? Whoa. And I'm gonna put in 3/4 of an ounce of egg whites. Now, don't worry, it's not gonna be slimy. When you mix egg whites into a cocktail and there's acidic ingredients like the citrus juice here, it's going to emulsify and it's going to create a foamy, creamy texture, like a really richness to the cocktail. It's going to be amazing, not going to be slimy. And because I used carton egg whites, they're pasteurized, so they're safe to consume raw. Okay.
Good to know. Good to know.
Now, I'm going to add about 1/4 ounce of lemon juice to kind of give it that brightness, and about 1/4 ounce of agave or simple syrup, just because you want that little bit of sweetness, satisfying. Now, final secret ingredient here, 6 to 10 granules of kosher salt. Salt seems unusual in a cocktail or a mocktail. Just like in our cooking, in our drinking, salt rounds out all the other flavors and tightens them. It will brighten all the other flavors. It's a wonderful trick. Do it side by side with your favorite drink and you'll see a big difference.
I am going to. You just wait and see.
Good.
The only thing I don't like salt on is around the rim of my margarita. I'm just saying.
The worst thing you can do with a margarita, you're going to blow out all your taste buds. All you're going to taste is that salt. Now look at that creamy, wonderfully satisfying drink. You'd never know there's anything missing. There we go.
That looks delicious.
Fake news. Now we are going to make a margarita, actually, because those are one of the most offensive cocktails when it comes to calories.
This is true.
Typical margarita can pack more than 300 calories to a glass. So we're going to start with 2 ounces of tequila blanco. There we go, get those in there. And then we're gonna add 2 ounces of coconut water, unsweetened, but it has a nice natural sweetness. It has a lovely creamy sweet flavor and that coconut refreshing flavor that we want, but not a lot of calories. So I'm gonna add 2 ounces of that. There we go. And then we're going to add 1 ounce of lime juice because we still want those bright citrusy notes that we expect in a margarita. Okay. And again, about 1/4 ounce of agave or simple syrup. I use agave syrup because I don't have to make simple syrup and it mixes up just as well. And again, little pinch of salt. That's it.
And that's it.
Ice. That's it.
Wow.
Be delicious and bright and satisfying and only about 150 calories. That's the best part, right?
That I'm here for that.
Exactly. This is like your morning smoothie practically, you know?
I don't suggest it in the morning.
I mean, it depends, you know?
It's a Sunday, okay.
Exactly. All right. Our last trick is one of my favorite ways of adding flavor to a cocktail without adding calories. In fact, we're adding 0 calories. We're going to make a smoked old-fashioned. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to coat the inside of the glass that we're going to serve our old-fashioned in with cinnamon smoke. This is just water. Okay. Just going to roll some water around in our glass because smoke and the flavorful compounds in smoke adhere to the wet glass better than to a dry glass.
Copy that.
That's it. Throw that away. Now we take our cinnamon stick. We're just going to light the cinnamon stick on fire. Once it's lit, put it on a heat-proof surface and overturn your glass on it. It snuffs out the fire, and I hope you can see that. It is filling the glass with smoke. Now we're going to set that aside and let that coat the inside with all those flavorful cinnamon compounds. And so I'm going to do about, I like a good strong old-fashioned. We're going to do about 3 ounces, but you can do less if you like.
Okay.
And I like orange bitters. especially since orange plays so well with cinnamon, but you could use chocolate bitters. That would be amazing. You could use Angostura bitters, use whatever you like. Okay, a few drops of that. And again, about a 1/4 ounce of agave or simple syrup.
Now, are old
Plenty.
fashions typically a little bit sweet? I don't. Right.
You know, if they're made badly, they're very sweet. If they're made correctly, it's just a hint of sweetness to kind of round out the natural sweetness of the bourbon, actually. And the
Got it.
bitters balance that as well. So you don't want it too sweet. Now, I also don't like an old fashioned to be particularly diluted. I think that when you put too much ice, it kind of takes away from the experience. So I'm only using 2 small ice cubes.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is give just a little stir. There we go. I can see the smoke coming out. My God, I can smell it. Oh, that's so good. And that's it. Oh,
I wish I could
imagine.
smell it. Oh, my friend, I can't wait until we're in the
So
same
nice.
studio together.
Do it with rosemary. You can do it with bay leaves. You can do it with cardamom. Anything that smells wonderful and tastes wonderful that can burn, you can smoke it.
If it can burn, you can smoke it. We've got all of our recipes from JM on our website. And while I love watching JM making the drinks, I am a little bummed that I never get to try them myself to let you know if it's good. Because I want to just make sure it's good. You know what I'm saying? So we thought we would try the coconut water margarita. So he said 2 ounces of tequila blanco, which is the clear kind of tequila. So we've got our little right here. And you know, it doesn't have to be any brand of tequila, whatever you like better. I really like an añejo, which is not always clear. So you do you. You do you. And then 2 ounces of coconut water. This is the one I was really interested about. I'm thinking, coconut water, really? But if this makes a skinny margarita, I may have just changed your world. And then you'll be like, Amity, you're welcome. And I'll be like, of course, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? So here we go. Coconut water. Blop, blop, blop. And then we've got to get that lime juice because he said he had to brighten it up. I love that all the chefs always say that the citruses brighten it up. So we've pre-measured it here, and that's about 1 ounce of lime juice. So it's basically kind of 1 lime, if you're wondering. And then we've got a 1/4 ounce of agave, and I'm putting it in this cup, but I am going to shake it up in this cup. So I'm going to put the agave in here, just kind of get it around the rim there, maybe more than 1/4, and 6 to 10 granules of salt. And again, I do not like salt on the rim of any of my margaritas. And if you're the same way, there's a reason. And I don't know if you heard JM say it, that basically it's because it just fries your taste buds. So why even taste anything but the salt? Shake this puppy up, get it nice and cold, and pour that out. Now, it's not the typical color of a margarita that you're used to seeing, but it does have a little bit of that nice kind of glow. Let's smell. Okay, it smells good. I'm not even a huge tequila fan, but let's give this a shot. That is good. Oh my gosh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That is really good. And we were talking about this. We don't really like coconut water. It tastes yucky, but the lime totally neutralizes it. So good. You are welcome. I just changed your world. All right.